remember in one of my last videos when I swung on this tree and the branch broke. Well, that sucked, but here's all this pine needle I can harvest for something now. This tree is next to the driveway, and you know, after that branch broke, it kind of dominoed into us trimming some of the branches, because every time we would drive by in our cars, the branches were so low that they would whack into the windshield and like scratch our cars. So we kind of just took it upon ourselves to trim some of these pine tree branches. And I don't really like to waste things, so I decided that I'm going to take all the pine needles and store them and maybe make some pine needle baskets, some pine needle like cleansing wands, and just some other projects with the wood. I could like saw the main branches because they would be maybe about this big, and I can make some projects with them. I think it would be really fun to do stuff like that this winter, because right now I don't have a lot of projects. We'll see what else we end up doing today. My oh my, this stuff smells so heavenly. It's mostly because it's still sort of live and the sap is still like pretty strong in this, so I gotta kind of be careful so I don't get it on my clothes. We're going to sit down and process this a little bit more. These pine needles, I think I'm just gonna put them in a box and let them dry out. Hey, chickies. I feel so lucky and blessed to have such a beautiful day to work on this project. Like, honestly, I did not think that I would be doing things with pine needles and pine branches this week. But you know, when shit happens, when you fall off the branches and break branches, you gotta make the most of it, right? When your clumsiness brings you abundance. I think the temperature today is supposed to be like 70. I really don't pay attention to the weather like that, but oh my gosh, it feels like a summer day and it's October 11th. This is like so satisfying. This whole process of picking off the plumes of needles and I don't know, I have this thing, obviously if I work on a tomato farm and how monotonous and tedious that work is, I just have this thing for work like that. I just really enjoy it, and it's good for my mind, and it helps me to build patience, focus. It's really important for me because I have a wandering mind, and if it's not kept busy, it doesn't feel good. So I am going to remember this day and cherish it for a long time, especially since I'm going to have pine needles for like the rest of my life. The forest is happy. I really love the human nature connection, how it's like you can live in the woods like this and have a symbiotic relationship with nature. And I just find that the nature that I'm surrounded by is always pretty happy when we're around, you know. Everything is like, all the birds are happy. We've got tons of insects in this woods, and golly, I can't even begin to tell you about the mushrooms that grow here. There's just, because we're on a north slope, the forest doesn't get much sunlight. So in the fall and late summer, especially, the mushrooms just explode. We have so many different kinds of mushrooms that grow here. And I know a lot of them are edible, but the only ones that I will go and harvest are the golden oysters. And those are very prolific here in this part of the Midwest, our forest especially. I think that we have a lot of elm and oak trees in our forest, and I know morels like that, but I don't ever find morels here, which is kind of surprising. These golden oysters, they grow everywhere. There's like stumps everywhere, and they grow on the stumps, they grow on the old wood from the wood for the fireplace. We also have a lot of black walnuts here, and I highly doubt that I'm going to like them. I've never really tried them myself, but we have such an abundance of walnuts. I am feeling a little bit inspired to go pick some off the ground and see if they're any good. I'll probably just collect a bucket full. I know you have to do something special to process them because they are, they have a lot of, what is that called? Tannins in them. So they're extremely bitter. Like, these are really bitter walnuts. They aren't like the fancy, prancy walnuts you get from the store. They're like bitter, but they're earthy, you know. So I might go collect some of those, and I might collect some acorns. I have to find a nice oak tree that produces acorns in our woods, because a lot of them are young trees, so I don't typically find acorns around here. So I guess I'm gonna finish doing this project here and then bring you along with whatever I do next. It's a very fairy day today. All right, I'm gonna speed up this process for you guys. So alright guys, I'm gonna take a break because this is taking way longer than I thought. Look at my hands! Oh! It reminds me so much of like tomatoes, like working with the tomatoes. If you saw my other tomato episode, then you saw how green my fingers would get. This isn't green tomato resin, this is pine resin. So I'm gonna go pick some walnuts off the ground. still working on these. No, it's been really, this has been just such a glorious, beautiful day. I am experiencing such peace and calm and quiet, and it just feels so good. And I'm getting so many ideas for what I am going to do with all of this stuff that I've been processing. I enjoy every single little thing that I do, and it's just so much fun and so rewarding. I mean, just being able to have a small homestead is really fulfilling, and it will grow in time, and it doesn't have to grow here. It can grow anywhere. It's just part of the journey, because it's never really over. You never really finish with anything. It just keeps evolving, and it's just so wonderful. Alright guys, I think I'm going to end this vlog here. I can't foresee myself doing anything else but pine needles today. I just wanted to say thank you so much for spending the day with me and hanging out, doing nature projects. I hope you all have a lovely day, and I'll totally see you in the next video. We love you guys.
Oliver, good boy. You're so good. Look at you, cute boy.